All right, now I hear what you were talking about.
You hear
Making
that?
a little bit of noise, yeah. I couldn't take my nap through that. All right, the issue is the expansion of the pipe. So one thing we could do is this. This is a mechanical connection. It means we'd have to cut the baseboard and solder it in. You see what happens? It moves back and forth so the expansion gets eaten up inside this joint.
Right.
The issue is we don't use these often anymore because inside here there's a gasket that can dry up. If it does, it could leak into the floor.
We don't want that.
You would never forget me, would you?
No.
All right, another choice is this, another version of it. And this is a coiled spring of copper that could give and take right here for the expansion.
Okay.
But these are pretty drastic, and I don't think we're going to need these. What we really got to do is just identify any time that moving, expanding pipe is touching metal or wood.
Right.
All right, first place to look is right here, a carrier. Now the carrier is designed to hold up that element, but underneath here is a slider. See, that's a plastic piece.
Yeah.
It should be right in the middle so that it can expand and contract. This one's fine.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good. You know that one? See that one? It's off to one side. So just lift the element. Yeah, slide that right to the center. Good.
Okay.
And I think the next one down looks a little off too.
I'll work
so
all the
work
way
on
down.
that.
Okay.
And the next thing we're going to worry about is the return pipe. Now this return pipe sits up on top of that carrier. See it right there? And that's the place I worry about. Just imagine that that pipe is sitting right on top of the carrier. And now it wants to expand. So it'll go tick, 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 back and forth.
I see.
So we really need a way to release that friction. And the answer for that is any way you can. So we'll use pipe insulation. You see how that'll just allow expansion?
Yep.
Right? There's all sorts of different clips and spacers that allow for some sliding back and forth.
Right.
You know, in a pinch, we might use cardboard just to break the friction. We even might use lead, just mold some lead right around it so it'll slide back and forth. Really, any way you can to just make that connection not be any friction on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, listen, you hear that?
I hear that.
See, that's a whole different sound than that tick-tick. That's really a moan. Now that tells me that that pipe must be rubbing against the wood that's inside the wall there. So for that, we might use something like this. Now this is a split spacer, which has got a little more depth to it. So now we can put it on the pipe like that. And now I can push it way back into the wall, and that'll isolate the pipe from touching the wood.
Huh. Where can I get one of those?
Well, that would be at a better plumbing supply place. I don't know if you see it at every home center, but it's really handy. Now, you know what? Why don't you go turn the heat off?
Yeah.
And let's go slow and steady through every room and just make sure we get every one of them.
There we go.
Good. Only 25 more. All right, that is the last one. John, just turn that thermostat up and see how we did here.
Okay.
So how'd you guys do?
Well, we have had this thing on long enough to, what, get the room up to 90? What do you hear?
I don't hear anything.
And that's the way it should be.